Better?
Welcome.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Dicky tummy.
I think you've brought that all back.
It sounds like a good thing to happen, though. Just
we caused many a bowel movement on this pod.
Yeah.
Say USP.
Me and Joe were just saying, like, talking to you, it's just looking back, what you went through is fucking ridiculous, isn't it? Now you're out the other end, you're like, what's that about? But it is, isn't it? It's like, why? Why were they bothered?
You got to remember, well, it was before, look, it absolutely, and that is, you know, I caused that, went through that, so obviously I have a unique view of it, experience of it, but it was, you know, in terms of like tabloid fodder, it was the biggest show on, or is, I still think, the biggest show on television, and there is this thing called the Strictly Curse, and that's what the tabloids kind of made their money off at that time of the year. And there had always been rumours, and people had always left people and all of that stuff. And then, lo and behold, there's a fucking... Can you imagine that? I mean, apparently, I heard he sold it for 50 grand, that photo.
Well, the original pic?
The original photo...
Was that just a bloke or woman in the street?
No, that was a pap.
Oh, it was a pap.
And then you know, and then they had a photo. It were, you know, we obviously I don't know much about reality television, the world of television, but it's kind of, it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but you can kind of, it's not totally, you know, it's not that it wasn't totally undeserved, but it kind of. It does make sense that there was a big reaction to that. Now, should anyone, and you know, the whole thing affected everyone involved badly, I think, and should that have happened? Well, no, of course not. But that's you do. I've said this many times, and I'm not just trying to be devil's advocate. Yes, it was insane. Yes, it was too much. It was far too much. It's too much for a human being to be put through. It's fucking insane. I'm kind of lucky I survived it in many ways, but you know, it is the world we live in, and you do sign up to that. You know, it's a warning, isn't it? You do sign up to that if you go on that show, and so you know. The journalists would absolutely justify. They would justify that to themselves. Absolutely.
Your story is so unique because you were in sort of clutching distance of this career where you'd probably be playing 1,000-seaters venue.
But I imagine I would have. Certainly, I would have been doing several runs at the Apollo. I imagine, but
just having to deal with that. Shift in.
But the thing is, David, the thing is, right, all of that stuff, that's so profoundly difficult to go through when you're going through it. Because it felt like I was in touching distance of, and I talk about this in Kiss, but, you know, it felt like I was in touching distance of this kind of picture perfect dream that I'd imagined. That I always wanted, and I never like hid that. You know, I wanted the sitcom. I felt like I was a comedian, and still feel like I'm a comedian that is best at the Apollo. That's, if you want to see the best, me do the best show, put me in the biggest room. And I will give them the best time. You're in touching distance of that. You believe that's going to happen. You kind of mismanaged your own career in your 20s because you were too young and weren't ready for it. I felt ready. I felt like all of those bad decisions I'd made in my career at a young age were now I had learnt from them, and here we go. The thing is, when that then turns into a nightmare and actually the opposite happens and you end up losing all your work and people don't want to see you and all of that stuff. Actually, you can't, and this sounds very wet, but if it's not true, it has to be the way you think. So, you know, I think it's true, and you just do have to think like this if you're to get through it. Those things that I wanted so desperately are They're just not really what matters in life.
Those venues never would have been big enough.
Could have built you one big enough. Could have built you the Superdome, the Seann
Trust
Walsh
me, son.
Superdome.
We're top 5 in the pod charts, and that hole hasn't filled
but
out.
I can't imagine now dropping down the chart, Sean. That's the thing. I don't think I'd cope. If we...
Well, just be
Yeah, but it
careful.
doesn't fill the hole, does it, Joe? It's just like,
Well, no, it's very much filled now.
well, it hasn't filled my hole.
No. No, I'm happy now. Now I'm in the top 5 of all categories. I'm absolutely content.
Because the first thing you said was, we've dropped down. So
Oh, no, it's absolutely killing me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, in many ways, Sean, when we drop out the charts, it's the same.
Paul, fantastic comedian I do my podcast with.
My
He
wife's
should be bigger. He should
favourite
be
comedian.
bigger.
My wife's genuinely favourite
he
comedian.
should be bigger, shouldn't he? The amount of lagers he puts back.
Boom.
Yeah, but in terms of well, I don't know. In terms of laughs, how funny he is, what a brilliant stand-up comedian he
Brilliant.
is. Of course, absolutely, of course. But we do occasionally check the charts, and if there's a red arrow and it goes down, and we've dropped
I
two.
forgot about the red arrows.
Yeah.
It's green all the way, buddy.
Yeah.
Green all the way.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's a difficult life, isn't it? It's a difficult life. That
Pathetic,
red
isn't it?
arrow.
It's absolutely fucking
Oh.
pathetic.
So you've learned a lovely little lesson.
I think so. I much prefer my life. I like gigging. I still get to tour. It's art centres. They're occasionally sold. They're seldom sold out, but the people that do come,
What size rooms you do on your tour? What's that? Well,
You know, want a talkie?
basically, we're going to count the seats, do the maths,
What's
work out how much you're making.
Listen, bloody sight bigger than my tour when I went on tour. Come on.
What's that? How big was that?
Well, they used to book like 200 seaters, and I'd have 40 in all the time. And I would have created like a flying carpet, which was basically a slab of wood on wheels that I put a rug on and pretend I was. The first night I did it, I was pretending I was flying around the room, and it just broke.
I think we had a really long...
To 40 people, non-plus people.
I think we had a very long conversation about that. I think that affected you.
I went to Will Andrews. He built it for me. Yeah, so if I can pull myself across the room, it looked like I'm flying on a... All right.
This is incredible. I have to say, I've ended up back. I was moving on from it, and I'm ending up going back to talking about it. But you talking about that carpet breaking, right? This was probably the lowest point of everything, right? And this is the first night of Edinburgh. I'm bringing Kiss to Edinburgh, right?
Yeah.
And
what room are you playing? How big is the room?
200, I think, 180.
That's fucking good.
Big for Edinburgh.
Right. So
You don't deserve it, son. What you went through. Fuck, I'll be over the moon with 200.
What?
How is it selling? How is it selling?
Wait.
Right.
Right. So I did a 200. Now I've pretty much been very fortunate enough that since I started in a little 50-seater, I've always sold out. So the rooms have got kind of slowly bigger, and they always sold out, right?
Yeah.
So it just before going into Edinburgh, or maybe like a couple of months running up to it, I watched Jerry Seinfeld around the corner at the Hammersmith Apollo, right? And he comes out. What he comes out to is New York, New York by Frank Sinatra. Right? It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
The song just builds, crescendo, climatic, New York. And everyone knows, like the lights haven't even had to change. Everyone knows at the end of this song, Jerry's walking out. It was absolutely magnificent. It was the best song before a comic I'd ever seen. It just really set it up. Wonderful. And one of my favourite bands are the Maccabees. And they have a song called Grew Up at Midnight. And it has this same kind of crescendo. It starts very small, and the song for about 4 minutes just builds and builds, and the end is just magnificent. It's like musical ejaculation. Right? It's absolute. I recommend. Grew Up at Midnight by the Maccabees, and in fact, it's used as for the final montage in the Steve Jobs film.
Yeah.
Was that David Fincher? The Steve
Don't
Jobs
know.
film? Whatever. Anyway.
My advice to you is stick that song at the start of your Edinburgh run.
Right. So.
What can go wrong? What can go wrong, buddy?
So I'm thinking that was fucking incredible. I'm going to do my own version of that. Grew Up at Midnight. Grew Up at Midnight. If you can, and you won't. But if someone could edit in just the end of the Grew Up at Midnight and put it in now.
Yeah.
So that everyone knows.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And just before I'm about to go on, my agent walks in. I've just looked at my phone and find out Chris Ramsey's going to be on the next Strictly Come Dancing. Right, I'm in my dressing room. I just look at my phone.
Yeah.
Chris Ramsey's going to be...
Don't take it out on Chris.
No, absolutely not. But
Friend of the pod.
Yeah. But and wonderful man, wonderful comedian. But very much, I just... As anyone could appreciate, including Chris, I just didn't need that. I didn't need the here's what you could have won. His smiling face. Here's what you could have won. Right. So, and then my agent walks in, and he goes, "Oh, just so you know, it's a bit quiet tonight."
This is your opening night.
Opening night.
Oh,
what?
Man.
What do you mean? And it hadn't, despite everything, it hadn't occurred to me because my show had never sold out.
Never.
When's the penny gonna drop, son?
So it's never not.
When's it gonna drop, for Christ's sake? What more have we got to do?
Oh my God!
Do you need to be struck by lightning or something?
Okay.
Fucking hell!
Oh. So this was your return with the big entrance.
Big entrance.
Yeah.
Grew Up at Midnight. Walk out. About 30 people.
Yeah.
In a 200-seater, all sat sporadically. I died on my arse. For that show, you saw Kiss. Just pretty much silence throughout the whole thing. Just absolutely horrific.
That doesn't make sense. This comedy's so fucking weird.
David, there's a bit. This is how pathetic it was. There was a bit where in that show, I go in the Kiss when I finished the Paso Doble. And they come in and people are going, "How are you?" And I'm going, "This is the happiest I've ever been. This is literally the happiest I've ever been." In that bit in the show, that being told to 30 people that are staring at you in a 200-seater on your opening night of Edinburgh, playing to the least amount of people you've ever played to, including your first year when you were 24, I cried on stage. I went, it was the happiest I've ever been. And like tears rolled down my eyes. I'm looking, I'm like, what has happened?
Lovely bit of theatre.
Lovely bit of theatre.
But did you really? Was it a genuine? You're crying.
I wasn't there going. No. Tears rolled out. I mean, it was just the contrast of this moment of Saturday night live on with Fru. Here we go to have to recount that bit in front of 30 people that don't want to be there staring at you. The contrast was just so huge. It felt like this. How did it go this wrong? How did I get this
imagine
wrong?
a lot of those 30 people were there just out of curiosity. What's he? But what's he like now? How's he dealing with this?
I'd also like to point out 30 would have been, I would have been over the moon with 30 the first 3 Edinburghs I did. Because if you're used to not having numbers in, you do the mask.
But this guy did the Paso Doble.
This guy did the I would have done the Paso Doble for
well,
35.
by the way.
Yeah, well. Yeah, he
Thank
did it
you.
well.
Get that in, thank you.
Oh, did you do it well?
Matt.
Did do it well.
What
Yeah,
price
because
did
when you say stop the show and go and watch it, I watched. It was that, wasn't it? You
Yeah.
I watched it. Yeah.
Would you? When are we going to? Which series are we going to see you do it?
I couldn't do shit like that. I couldn't. I just. It's too. I think for this reason that I lose control of like I don't. It's the fame side of it. It's just so fucking full on.
How many
And
people watch
You don't
it?
know who you're dealing with. The audience. You don't know who you're dealing with.
How many people watch it genuinely? Is it like 4 million or something?
I don't know. Millions. There's millions.
Was Bruce Forsyth on it then?
What, when I was on it?
Because Naomi used to look after Bruce during the Strictly days. So
She
all
was
my
his
family
agent
went.
rather than
Were you-
the carer.
Yeah, no. She got tickets for all my family, so they went to watch the Bruce Forsyth years. Was he?
Yeah, no.
Oh right.
No, it was.
Yeah.
Cat and
Yeah.
Cat Dealey.
Cat Dealey? No, not so. No.
No, Cat Dealey. That's Fame Academy.
What's her name? What's the tall blonde lady's name?
My,
You don't.
my mind's gone fucking blank. There's
Yeah.
Claudia Winkleman.
Claudia Winkleman.
Claudia Winkman and Tess Daly.
Tess Daly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God.
There we go. So that's yeah.
It's you.
I mean, there's nothing. You want more? I don't want to do. We've done it.
Well, we went through something, didn't we, Joe? How did it affect you? Because I was I was a wreck for a bit, and the people that got in touch with me, I'll never forget.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
that.
You don't.
Definitely.
No.
It was always there. That's the thing. That's the thing that's what's mental. If something's going on like that, you just have moments, and then you just go, "Oh fuck that."
And I
it's
will
just-
never forget the people that jumped on the bandwagon as well.
Yeah.
Oh
Fucking
my
hell.
god. Well.
Never forget
Oh
that.
my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's a list of them.
I don't even need to
fucking
write them
list.
down. I do not need
No.
to write them down. They're seared into my fucking brain because I just want to
Yeah.
go. You know
Oh, you're
nothing.
like that, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I'll cut that bit out.
I don't want it cut.
Yeah.
No.
I know. I never forget
Yes.
those people.
Because the pylon thing, like, is it right? Genuinely, because is it now? Is there a slight backlash on people that pile on? Has sort of Twitter gone a bit the other way, or is it still the same? Where
What are you asking me? Or
I don't know.
Dave?
Just what do we think? Because
Or
I feel
us?
like
Well, I'm not. I try and. I am on Twitter a little bit, but I try and not really participate.
No.
'Cause I don't really understand what it. Twitter is
well,
when you actually look at it and you go, what is this, and what are people talking about, and how are they communicating? It really, in all seriousness, it isn't that people are taking this app very seriously. And actually, in reality, the thing that I would compare it closest to is being at a house party in the kitchen at 5 a.m. when everyone's doing coke by the sink. Like you just go, this is the same as house parties with people off their fucking nut in the It's just like, what? How are people taking any of this seriously?
Yeah.
It's mental.
Well, I'm sort of when anything blows up now, I'm like, oh, we'll be talking about something else in 3 days.
I also
think
go,
Yes, there is
I
that
also
as well.
go. We don't know the half of it. Is what I genuinely think.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the first thing I think.
Because
Definitely.
I remember a thing that happened on
Totally.
Twitter where someone wrote on Twitter, I can't remember the issue at all, and it was basically someone said, if you are not tweeting about this, it means you are anti
part of the problem. Yeah,
and
yeah.
part of the problem.
Yeah.
And then I saw people we know tweeting about it, going, "Fuck, am I part of the problem if I don't tweet it?" I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Someone in Lincoln or someone has put this, and they're like, comedians going, "Yeah, by the way, I don't like that thing we're all talking about, and I think it's bad." I'm like, what about if you're on holiday and you're looking at Twitter? You just go, "Oh fuck, I better quickly." You know that thing happened 3.5 weeks ago. I'm just going to tweet about it now in case you think I'm part of the problem. When did not shouting about something make you?
I know.
I didn't.
But if you look at Twitter, if you were at the pub, probably the number one social, establishment that we go to in this country, you're at the pub or you're at a fucking cafe, and people started talking to you in all seriousness about the things that they talk about on Twitter, you would leave. You just put even if you agree with them, you would leave. They are so boring. Just I'm honestly pointing out that Boris
that's
is bad.
Yeah, not having when someone puts the same point as everyone else is making that day is baffling. Like you say, I think Boris should leave. I think the man's a bloody idiot. I'm just going to say, I think the man's a bloody idiot. And you're like, "Oh, fucking hellfire."
Well, that's because we think differently.
Well, we're bloody right. Yeah, we're right. We go rogue. Just look at this podcast. We're free thinkers. Turn everything upside down. We're parents.
Sean, before I forget, because I keep thinking, "Oh, fucking hell, I want to talk about this." I noticed.
Oh no.
No, it's good. It's good. Might make you feel uncomfortable, but I noticed a few months ago. I was like, "Sean's looking hot."
I knew it'd be about Sean looking hot. Fucking
Yeah.
So my first thought,
I don't know why you thought I'd be uncomfortable. Come on.
get your
no.
top off.
I think there's a paparazzi photo. I was like, "There he is." Okay. My thought was, Seann Walsh is leaving the gym or whatever. That's what it said. And I was like, okay, all right. And then, so I started thinking, where's the motivation come from? How's he stuck to it? And
what, to look good?
Basically, any tips?
Remember, we are years
Basically, have you
older
got a
than
good
as well.
body?
Would you feel
And
comfortable?
if so-
Would you walk to the shop with your top off?
Me?
Yeah, would you walk to the shop?
Fuck no.
Would you not?
I once went to the shop in my dressing gown. I wouldn't go to the shop with my top off. Would you?
No, I've got an awful body.
No.
Have you got a good body now?
Have
Do
you
you
got a
go,
decent
yeah,
leg?
I'm happy with that?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You want to tweak it in places. Essentially, you've done the hard work. Look at that. Look, just seeing your arm. You've got a lovely arm. Perfect. Not too big, not too small.
Not too big, not too small.
That's just in a normal t-shirt. Fucking get it off, mate.
Here we go.
Here we
go.
Hold on, I'm getting that.
Okay, all right. Well,
I've grabbed it.
quite right.
I've grabbed it. That's the quickest I've ever screen grabbed in my life.
But have you lost weight?
David, that's what clothes are for.
But did you lose weight? And did you?
Are you still going on with that question, even though he's shown us his belly? Still, I just want to get.
There was a point where I was like, "Fucking hell, he's nailed it. He's done something with his hair. His body looks good."
You do look good.
How much
still not drinking?
work has gone into it?
Are you still not drinking?
No, I don't drink.
No, I don't really drink. Look at the fucking state of me.
I've been too busy recently, but I try to. I try. Joe, you run a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I try. I've fucking had no time recently, but I do. I do go to the gym, and I've not.
What do you do there as well? What does one do at the gym to get a nice body? Reps.
Because I went to the gym where we did recently on a job. I thought, I'm going to go to the gym, and I went, and I remember walking over to what are those
dumbbells?
Weights?
Dumbbells?
No.
Kettlebells.
I walked over there. I thought I'll do some work with the kettlebells, and some guy literally just walked by, and I just put them down, walked off.
Yeah.
I was so I just didn't want to be judged. Like,
Do you know
Yes.
this thing
Well,
happened?
the worst is when you're doing something at the gym, and then someone says, "Oh, have you got much longer?" And then this happened to me, and I went, "Oh, a couple of sets," and he went, "All right then," and he stepped back and he watched me. That should be fucking illegal.
But what percentage
yeah, you should have
of
little
people-
booths to.
Yes.
What percentage of people like us go, and then something like that happens, and you never go back because, like you say, someone walks past, and because you just feel like a pranny. You need, and you're not probably doing it right. And I had someone go that like show me how to do something. I was like pulling something like that, and they were like, "You want to pull it behind your head there, mate?" 'Cause I think I was going like that.
I have to say, I can imagine that, and I did think this of David as well, picking up the kettlebell. I thought, I bet you two aren't doing it properly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You look like
David,
you don't do
well,
it properly.
I've
Tell me
got-
about your trainer.
Come on. What is that?
Pulse razor.
Pulse razor.
So my trainer gave me all
Fuck
this
is that?
David-
A pulse razor.
pulse razor.
That's pathetic.
But
That is-
Sean, by the end of this, I want you to have made David rip that up because he's so
Yes.
unsure about it.
yes.
This just to get your heart rate going, then bang, you're into the main sets.
It's all a waste. Just go for a run. Just go for a run. What is all this nonsense?
David's face.
Ooh.
What were you?
Pulse razor.
Why were you?
What the fuck are you talking about? The pulse razor.
I think it's good.
You don't know
Of
anything
course you-
about this, though.
What?
What's
You
the
don't know
pulse
anything
razor?
about.
It's basically to get your heart rate
No,
going.
no, not to. I know what the goal is. It's in the title. It's to raise your pulse. What is it?
Yeah, what do you have to do?
What
to
is
raise,
it?
What do you have to do
What
to
the
raise
fuck
your
is
pulse?
the pulse?
Jogging,
Yeah.
step ups, or high knee marching.
Is this for like pensioners?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sounds like, okay, girls, knees up, 1, 2, 3. That's great. Well done, Margaret.
Oh.
Well done, David.
Fucking hell. Does this sound like it's for pensioners? Cable 2-arm wood chop.
What does that mean?
What the fuck is
What
that?
does anything mean? I'll tell you what it means. Attach
Is
the
that
cable
real?
to a table leg. Stand sideways and pull the cable. 2 arms across the body, up
Yes,
past
it does
opposite
sound
shoulder.
like
Lower
it's
back
for
down.
pensioners. Yes.
Smooth motion both ways. Engage the core, please. I tell you what, it's fucking good.
Sorry, is all you do? You read it. You know you've got to do it.
Yeah, they're not chucking
You think
it
you've
down.
just been reading
They're not
it? You go, it's not
chucking
fucking
down another
working.
pie.
It's not working. I've read this
Hands
40 times.
I'd love to get my
70.
belly out and do what you did. Fucking hell, it's disgusting. Basically, I was jealous of your body.
No, I'm not
How
doing
old
it.
are you?
36.
Shit.
Yeah, I had a good body when I was 36.
I didn't.
I've always thought of you as a good-looking man.
Right.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Joe.
Two people on this pod with you, Sean. Is that interesting?
Hi, Joe.
Hi. No, I've always thought of both of you as good-looking guys. if we're going around the table.
So what I like about Joe, he ran a marathon recently. He's hardly spoken about it.
Well,
Are
is that
you
so?
being are you being
I was being
salty or
serious.
not?
No, I was being serious then. I was like, I'd chat about that.
What?
loads.
Yeah. What is a marathon?
What is a marathon?
What is a marathon? What is a marathon to you?
Yeah.
Now, what a marathon to me, Sean? What's a marathon to you?
Do you know what blew my mind about Joe? Is when we did film the cock
Oh,
films.
fuck, not this again.
Oh God.
No, this is different.
Oh, okay.
So Joe was in a lot of scenes, so he was acting for 11 hours a day.
Can I just say, so brave. So
I think this is meant to be a positive. I'm thinking, so let's not ruin it.
Actually, yeah. So, like, yeah. Yeah. Well, under those lights, it gets hot.
What going on?
But we'd get up at 6 or whatever, do the podcast,
Which is
then we'd
insane.
travel onto set.
Jesus.
He'd act his socks off for 11 hours.
So brave.
We'd get back to the flat. He'd go for a run
Oh,
every night.
fuck me.
Like, I was exhausted. I was just sitting down at the monitor. He'd go off and I don't know what's driving this guy.
How do you Joe? What is the mental? How do we do that? Because I've got a blue tick on social media, so that means I can say things like, at the moment I'm suffering from exhaustion.
The power of the
Yeah.
blue tick.
Oh yeah.
We are brave with a blue tick, aren't we? Does that make people with a blue
No,
tick
I was impressed. I was like, God, there's something driving you at the moment because I
Yeah.
was knackered in the evening.
I'm
Because
still
I'm
run
fucked at
every
the
day.
moment.
I still run every day.
Yeah, but how are you? Because the thing is, I don't dislike running. If I've got some hours after this free, and I'm going to go for a run. But
How
when I
long?
don't, an hour. I'll run for an hour. But when I don't have, if I had been at work all day and I get back at 6, I'm fucked. The run's not
Yeah.
happening. How
Yeah.
are you doing that?
Well,
How
yeah,
is that
because
happening?
I think most of the time you're just mentally tired. You're not physically tired.
Oh, who do you think you are? David Goggins? Is what his name is.
Well, don't ask me a fucking question then.
He's read that in a fucking running pamphlet.
Oh, has he, or has he just come up with it himself because he's a clever clogs?
No, I was genuinely impressed. And I was like, why haven't I got that fucking motivation?
What do you mean mentally tired?
Well, because like,
What is let's think about that, because what is mentally tired?
you know, when you sit down at a desk all day and you write, you're tired at the end of it.
no.
You're not physically tired. You're mentally tired. So when you go for a run,
What's the difference? What are the symptoms?
well, have you ever done it? You've probably never done a job, have you? Like have you
re-
ever done a labouring job?
I walked out.
Right. Well,
I was meant to knock down a wall,
it's
and
tiring.
I got
isn't
halfway
it?
through, and I thought, this is mental.
Well,
I
there's
can't
the
believe people
problem,
do this,
Sean.
and I left.
There's the bloody.
What was your point, Joe?
Well, like when I did labouring jobs, at the end of the day, I was physically knackered, and I couldn't have gone for a run. I used to get home, and I'd eat dinner, and I'd go to bed because I physically couldn't do another thing.
I see.
But when I've been basically like acting, or whatever, it's not a lot of physical stuff. It's just you using your brain all day. Then you go for a run, and it almost makes you wake up again because it's physical, not.
But are
just
you
have to
addicted to it now, Joe? If you don't do it one evening, will you go, fuck, shit?
No, it's just routine now. And I think it's, well, this is a serious answer. It's also good for your head. So it's like,
oh no, yeah, that's the main.
yeah,
that's
it's
the
not,
main
it's not,
driving
yeah, Yeah,
force.
me too. It's not.
Definitely.
It's not really a physical thing. Well, it is a physical thing, but it's also.
Why, what's going on, baby? What's going on, baby girl?
I don't like my shoulders. They're thin and they taper.
Open up. Let's do a little one of those pods. We might go
Oh god.
Basically, there's a lot of stuff that I keep hidden. No, I think it's good for the.
But are you saying then that most people are mistaking being
I'm not
mentally
talking
tired?
for most people. I'm just talking for me. I'm just.
Yeah, but you're saying there's a different... No, because I said I'm too tired, and then you said, no, I think you're mentally tired,
Yeah.
you're not physically
Yeah,
tired.
yeah.
So what people are doing is they're going, I'm too tired, and you're going, no, you're not too tired. You think you're too tired.
You have to be asked
but
to
you're
go
not
and do
too
it.
tired.
But like 2 minutes in, you're going, oh, it's fine. Whereas if I went for a run after my labouring job, I wouldn't have physically been able to do it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And how are we meant to be able to tell
I'm not an expert
the difference
on this at all.
But how are we meant to be able to tell the difference between being mental or being physically tired,
well, it
mentally or
depends what you've
physically
been.
tired?
If you've not been doing anything physical all day, really, then you're probably not physically tired.
So you go. This is what'll happen. You get home from work,
This is weird.
shattered.
Shattered.
You sit down. You go, I'm fucking knackered. And then what you have to do is you go, hang on. Retrace your steps today.
Exactly,
Actually,
exactly.
you were just sat down at the desk. You're not shattered. Go for a run, you little bitch.
That's exactly how I'd put it as
Okay.
well. But yeah.
Okay.
But something is driving you to do it.
Oh, don't. Why are you digging here?
Well, only because when I have in the past lost weight, it's because I've been ill or something. Something is motivating me.
Stressed.
Yeah, something is motivating me to get to a place.
Well, I started running in the lockdown because we forget it was stressful. The first one.
Listen, I know we spoke about Cockfield's Ep 5 where you had to take your top off.
This is what I thought you were doing. It's not. Fuck me, this can't carry on. The show's been cancelled. We can't talk about it after it's been cancelled. David,
what started you? Why did you lose weight, Sean? We've got like 4 mins left. Why did you lose weight?
Well, I lost weight because I was dancing every day for like 10 hours. So in 3 weeks, I lost all of my weight. And then
it's that hard, isn't it? People say it's the hardest thing they've ever done physically, dancing. It's like mental hard, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've not seen me make love.
Well, we nearly did, mate.
Yeah, decent kiss. Is that a weird question at the end? Was it a nice kiss? Has anyone asked that question?
We nearly have.
Fucking
I'm surprised we haven't.
Right. So,
why? What do you like making love? What do you like?
Should we guess?
Give it my all.
I bet you bloody do as well, don't you?
Fucking hate thinking about my friends having sex. I fucking hate it. I hate it.
Why are you thinking about? That's not a thing.
Because someone told me about someone I know and said, "Fucking hell, I've heard about him through a girlfriend, and he really fucking goes for it." I hate it. I fucking hate it. And apparently he's really, he's a bit twisted. And I hate it.
What's a bit twisted? We've got 3 minutes.
I don't know, he's adventurous. I fucking hate it.
Twisted is different to adventurous.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, I came up with twisted.
Twisted.
What's adventure? Toys?
Oh, I don't know, but apparently really fucking, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, all right, mate. Chill out.
Chill out.
Okay.
Chill out, you twisted pig.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry.
Well, thanks, Sean, for coming on.
Quickly, will you text me who that was?
Huh?
Yes.
Will you text us who that was?
No, I can't.
Please.
I can't.
Please.
I can't.
Please.
You definitely can.
Please.
I can't.
Please.
Come on, I want to.
saying.
No, but text
can't.
us.
No, I really can't.
Please.
I can't.
Yes.
No.
Can we do like a charade? They won't hear it on the podcast. Why don't you do a charade?
Yeah.
No, I'm
do
not.
charades and we'll try and...
I'm not playing this game.
Go on, please.
No.
All right. Ask. Do we both know them?
I'm not answering any questions on this. I'm not.
Have they been on the pod?
I'm not answering any questions.
I've got it.
Have you?
I've got.
No. Although he's obviously fucking nuts in bed.
I imagine furniture's broken when across his own back.
Right, we've got to say goodbye because we're running out of time, Sean.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that show. I hope you enjoyed it.
It was lovely speaking. It was lovely seeing you.
And you, mate.
And I'm glad you've come out the other side.
Yes.
Thank you.
Lovely
Yes,
man.
it's nice.
And I really
thanks for
recommend
having
people
me.
going to watch.
Yeah, it's really
Kiss.
good. I never
Kiss
said
on
it was
YouTube.
great because I never had a chance, but it's.
I know we got
Have you not
we got
watched it,
that.
Joe?
I have.
We got
I
that.
have seen
want
it. It's great.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, but I kept
thought-
trying to say how great it was, and then I never got a chance. I gave up and started, googling storage space.
Also, I don't want to knock you guys off the charts, but if anyone's interested, I have my
Blah
own
blah blah
podcast.
blah 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 blah
What's
blah blah
What's
blah
upset you
blah
now?
blah
What's
blah
upset you
blah
now? What's
blah blah
upset
blah
you
blah
now?
blah blah blah.
What's
Blah,
upset
blah,
you
blah,
now? What's upset you now? What's upset you now?
What's upset you now with Seann Walsh and Paul McCaffrey? It's very good.
Yeah.
And we're getting Alistair Campbell as a guest.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you?
No.
Oh. He's very selective.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was great.
Cheers, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
So nice
Bless
to see
you,
you.
mate.
Yeah. You take care.
By the way, I'm actually going to hang up.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to do the real hang up.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's fine.
just do
no,
it.
No, you
Yeah.
hang up. No, you hang up.
Yeah.
Did
Right.
you record your end?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Oh, can you send it to my email?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Cheers, Sean.
Lots
Thanks,
of love.
mate.
And you,
Ta-da.
mate. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, how lovely.